Greetings, friends. How are you this evening? Hello, 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 hello. Hello. How are you doing? Sitting comfortably? Good. I always ask that because I'm just a nice guy. Right, tonight, I'm going to read a little bit from... Which of my books could I possibly in? Is this shameless advertising going on here or what? So, there's none of those. I'll put them out of the way there. So the background is my beautiful daughter, Hiya. The favourite story that she used to like me to read to her was The Three Little Pigs. And do the voices, Daddy, do the voices. So I used to do it in various voices. And now, too personal to go into. But anyway, so sometime later I wrote this here. This book is called Joltings. And it's literally that. It's just a series of bits that were left over. And in a nutshell, I got quite ill and I was too ill to do anything else. These were bits I had in. But anyway, one night I just sat down, I was thinking about my daughter, and I did a spoof of The Three Little Pigs, which is here. So this will be part one. I will do it in 3 different chunks, I guess. A pig each. So, The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. They lived at home with their mother, and oh, how she loved doing all their cooking and dusting and laundry and ironing and room tidying. So much so that one day, as she was carrying 3 more huge heavy blankets of dirty clothing to the river to wash, she turned to her lovely sons and smilingly said, "I want you 3 freeloading nuisances out of my house by sundown." "But why, Mama?" asked the smallest pig. "Because every other pig your age in the village has left home, gone to college, got married, got a job, settled down and started a family. You 3 can't even whip the toaster yet. Me and your father want some time to ourselves. We haven't had a night out at someone else's sty in 10 years. The pigs were disconsolate, and they tried to explain to their mother that there was a very simple explanation. They were very lazy, and they liked having everything done for them. But she was having none of it, and so the next morning the 3 little pigs found themselves down the road, all their possessions in little handkerchiefs on a stick on their shoulders. It wasn't all bad. They had swiped Daddy's Visa card first and used it to invest in gilts that stood to yield 18% in 10 years' time if the annuities markets held up. Tonight, without the aid of a safety net, I'm going to read with this hand. But first they had an immediate problem of where were they to stay. "Shall we all stay together?" asked the first little pig. "There's safety in numbers, and it is a wild, wild world out there." Can't turn the page. "I think we should hedge our bets," said the second little pig. "We should split up, seek our own fortunes, and then meet up and stay with the pig who is the most successful. Unless that pig is me." "That seems a good idea," said the third little pig, with the exception of the last part, which should read, "Unless that pig is me." So this will be au revoir then, my brothers. I wish you well. And with that, the 3 little pigs had a big hug and went their separate ways. He had not been travelling long when the first little pig came across a man who was walking up the road carrying a huge bundle of straw. The little pig ran up to the man, excited to have someone to talk to. "Hello there," he said in his friendliest voice. "Where are you going to this fine day, sir, with such a huge bundle of straw?" "I'm going to my farm," said the man. "You have so much straw," said the little pig. "What are you going to do with it all?" "What are you, the straw police?" asked the man. "No, I was just making polite conversation," said the little pig. "This is my first day away from home, and I'm feeling a bit lost. Can I come and live on your farm with you?" "We don't really need a pig on our farm. We're arable, see?" "I don't think you're horrible at all," said the pig. arable. Oh, you mean you live in the desert, wear thwobs, and have lots of oil? Arable. Oh, you're not that bad. I can't see why anyone would think you're a rabble. Arable, arable, arable. And with that the man clutched his chest and keeled over stone dead from a stress-induced heart attack, quite possibly pig-related. Well, that's a bit of luck, for one of us at least, said the little pig, and he gathered up all the man's straw and strolled off down the road with it, planning to list it on an online auction site marked like new no tags, which was the complete opposite condition of what the man he had gotten the straw from was now in. Very shortly the little pig came across a nice level field, and he set his load down and pondered his next move. You know, this would actually be a very nice place to live, he thought. He abandoned all thoughts on internet entrepreneurialism and swiftly constructed a small but homely domicile of straw for himself. But barely had he finished hanging his sweet sty sign on the door than he spotted a wolf coming up the path. Not just any wolf, a wolf that looked big and bad. It was probably the tattoos that did it. The little pig scurried inside, drew the straw bolts on his straw door across, and started flicking through the house exchange wanted ads in the newspaper. Suddenly, a barely audible rustling came as the wolf pounded on the straw door. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, I'll not let you in. But I've got an invite. Who sent it? Let me see. Compliments of the Pork Butchers Association of Neasden. Yeah, that's not happening. I think you've been spammed, and I've got no intention of being. Thanks for calling. I wish you well in your future endeavours. Look, at least let me in for a whiz. It's been a 3-hour journey and I'm bursting. Sorry, the bathroom is out of order. Redecorating, you know. There's a public lavatory in the village. Failing that, there's a tree behind you. What? What kind of standards do you think I have, said the wolf, to even think that I would use a public toilet? I have to say, your hospitality leaves a lot to be desired. I had none of this trouble with Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Speaking of which, you don't have any acids, do you? No, sorry, never need them. One of the rewards of eating a healthy, balanced diet. Oh, what do you eat then? Asked the wolf. Swill. Swill? What's that? Oh, a delectable blend of all meat scraps, meat trimmings including chicken, offal such as liver, kidney, tongue, intestine, etc., blood, bones and mammalian and chicken carcasses. Any food cooked with or that has been in contact with meat products or meat byproducts, food scraps. Mr. Wolf, why have you suddenly turned green? Oh, what an awful... Where on earth do you get such a disgusting repast? The supermarket, where do you think? Where do you get your meals from? Open the door and I'll show you. Oh, nice try. Anyway, lovely to see you in a cowering in terror in the basement kind of way. I must get on now. Lots of wallowing to do, lots of emails to answer. Have a safe journey home, or not, your choice. Little pig, let me in, or I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. That's not very nice. Well, not letting me in for a chat after I've come all this way isn't very nice. You were planning on eating me, said the pig. I can think of better ways of committing suicide. I never said I was going to eat you. You're wearing a bib and have a knife and fork in your hands. I inferred from context. Okay, you've asked for it. Prepare for a huffing and a puffing. Why, have you forgotten your inhaler? And with that, the wolf filled his lungs with huge draughts of air and coughed uncontrollably because a fly went down his throat. Don't just stand there filming me, cried the spluttering wolf. Get me a glass of water. Are you kidding? This video was worth $200 on you've been embarrassed publicly to such an extent now that you will be mocked and bullied for the rest of your life. Didn't nearly get that, did I? How do you think I paid for this place? No idea. Switch Grandad's ventilator off and hit the record button on the camcorder. That's rather mercenary. When was the last time you paid for a meal? Knock, knock. Hi, just passing. Feeling a bit peckish. Just let me pour some gravy on you. Ah, lovely. Oh, while you're coughing away there, if you could stumble backwards and fall over that fence and into the pond and emerge with a duck sitting on your head, we could hit 1 million views on YouTube by the end of the night. Unfortunately for the little pig, his comments angered the big bad wolf to such an extent that he drew in an enormous breath and blew and blew and blew. "You smelly bastard," said the little pig, for the wolf was facing the other way. But with such force did the wolf positively exhale towards the house that it went up in flames in an instant. "People who live in straw houses shouldn't light candles," mocked the wolf in a completely different voice than he'd been using halfway anywhere at all in the story so far. But the little pig took advantage of the wolf's mocking and ran and ran and ran away to stay with his brother, having stopped to throw a few things into a hole first. "Bollocks," sighed the wolf, as he saw the little pig's curly tail disappear over the horizon. Murmured herself, "More snack, less yap," he mused to himself, and wandered his way home disconsolately, pausing only to have a quick swipe on Grindr to see if anyone was up for a quick bit of cheap and meaningless while he was in the area. And that brings us to the end of the story of the first little pig. Would you like to see the barcode? Would you like to see it up close? Because it's coming your way. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, it's not the way it goes. There it is there. There you are. Now you know the barcode. Now you can go online and buy one.